Hello, everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Building on inspiration from Torvill and Dean, Lilah and Lewis Gibson want to make their own name in British skating. Road to Milano Cortina 2026. Now tied with legendary Olympic champions Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean on 7 British national ice dance titles, and Gibson say they want to get people to love the sport again in the UK by continuing to achieve success. If you asked the average British sports fan to name a figure skater, chances are they would say Torvill and Dean. Even in 2025, over 40 years since Jayne Torvill and Christopher Dean won Olympic ice dance gold at Sarajevo 1984. Even in 2025, despite Great Britain having a new medal-winning, title-chasing ice dance couple in Lilah and Lewis Gibson. Perhaps that's a sign of just how the sport has faded out of the public consciousness in Britain after a heyday from the late 1970s to early 1990s. It started with John Currie and Robin Cousins winning respective men's singles golds in 1976 and 1980, and was continued by Torvill and Dean, who also won Olympic bronze at Lillehammer 1994. I think Torvill and Dean are the names that everyone in the UK, especially, really relate to, Gibson admitted to Olympics.com at December's Grand Prix final in Grenoble, France. If we can achieve even remotely close to their feats, it would be amazing. I think that's something that could maybe get our name in there with them. But hopefully we can just get people to love the sport again in the UK and really get invested in that, and give it a try and see if they love it as much as we have, challenging boundaries in ice dance like Torvill and Dean did. And yet, it's not as if and Gibson aren't already making their mark. The duo have 7 British national titles to their name in ice dance, which happens to be the same number Torvill and Dean won together in their careers. Matching his childhood idols was a dream come true for Gibson. The reason I started skating was after watching their TV show Dancing on Ice, so just to be up there with the legends is insane, he gushed. And it's kind of crazy that we still have more opportunities to win more. It was a kind of a moment that we both wanted, and it was great to finally achieve that. Unsurprisingly, Torvill and Dean continue to serve as inspirations for and Gibson, but they want to leave their own stamp on the sport, guided by what they've learned from years of watching their idols. I think something that we admire so much about them is how they really pushed the limits of the sport, explained. They did things that were never seen before, and were just very curious and creative and took risks. And that's something that we really love to do and has been a hallmark of our approach. We like touching the boards for the first time and just a bunch of little nuances that are unexpected and different and intriguing. I think that that's something that they showed was possible, and it's something that we stay true to in what we do. Their development and creative freedom to test those limits are encouraged by training alongside some of the world's best ice dance teams at the Ice Academy of Montreal. Despite being coached with their rivals and seeing what everyone else is doing, said there were no drawbacks to having their training mates see their programs. I don't know any disadvantages, she said. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. I think it's such a gift to be surrounded by so much talent and amazing athletes and amazing people. There's just so much motivation and encouragement. And if there's any competitive energy, it's only in a positive way to fuel us, all of us, because we're forced to level up each day. We see what we're up against, and it raises the level for everybody, taking stock of achievements and setting new standards for Britain. To go with their 7 British titles, and Gibson have also started to make waves internationally. They won their first Grand Prix at the 2023 NHK Trophy, before claiming 2 Grand Prix wins this season to qualify as the top seeds for the Grand Prix final, where they took bronze. And Gibson have also won medals at 3 consecutive European Championships. It's the kind of success that the duo hope will help elevate them alongside Torvill and Dean when it comes to talking about British figure skating. I think this season has been very exciting for us and sort of winning medals and just taking that next step, Gibson said. The last couple of seasons have been sort of similar to each other. We felt improvements and seen improvements in scores, but not really in placement. So this season has been great to sort of take that step up and sort of feel like we're really in the mix for the medals. Added, I think we always surprise ourselves and we like to believe in what's possible for us. And then when we actually achieve that, we're like, we did that. And I think it's important to take stock of those achievements, too. And they will get the chance to finally try to win one of those medals on home ice, a rare opportunity to do so, given the lack of international skating competitions in the United Kingdom when Sheffield holds the ASU European Figure Skating Championships next year, barely a month before the Olympic Winter Games Milano Cortina 2026. It comes after the city hosted a makeup Grand Prix in 2022 to replace the Cup of China for 1 year during the COVID pandemic. The Sheffield Grand Prix was a dream come true for us, Fear recalls. It was one of my favorite memories in the sport to just skate for a home crowd on that scale with that much support and enthusiasm. It was so emotional, and I'm so excited for Europeans in Sheffield next year. I just hope that if we can have more events like that, there's more people in the audience who get to see it live and then connect with that and maybe think, that could be me one day. That's all that we ask for. Please subscribe the channel, share this with a friend, thank you.